Hi there, it's Jen Britton. Thanks for joining me. Thought I'd do a little something different as we move into our A through Z of team development activities. So if you haven't met me before, I'm the voice, the actual author behind the Teams 365 blog. We've been moving now, I've been creating it for the last almost 3 years. Great to finally meet you if you haven't heard my voice before. And in winding up this year, I thought I'd return to my roots, which is really in the area of team and group development. Some of you may have read my writing. I'm the author of Effective Group Coaching and also From One to Many Best Practices for Teams and Groups. So you may have already seen our latest post, A and B. A for an activity around working with the team around assumptions, B for working with the team around boundaries, and today, here's our C, which is all about communication. And as you can appreciate, great teams have great communication. It means that team members are effective in clearly communicating their needs, their priorities, their actions with each other. Now, communication can look and sound really different, and this is where I think one of the themes I've been really trying to rally across is just a respect for and an appreciation of the diversity of styles that really exist on each and every team. Some of the work that I tend to do with teams is involving the Everything Disc, which is one of many style assessments that are out on the market. Why I like to use it is because I think it's a great conversation starter. And with the disc, it gives people insights as to what their style preferences are, keeping in mind as our styles become more pronounced, we tend to revert more to that style. And also, when we are looking at styles, it's really important that we also know our team mates. So if I'm working with a team that appreciates detail, and I am more a big picture thinker, which is actually the case, that helps me know that really what my team needs from me is the ability to adjust my style and to be more detail focused. So one of the other things I wanted to share is just an actual activity, because part of this A through Z is giving you something concrete for working with communication. So I've just mentioned, one of the things we can really benefit from is an enhanced appreciation of our styles. So I'd invite you to contact me if you want more information on the Everything Disc. But one of the other pieces that I wanted to bring forward is the Conversation Sparker deck. So as you may have read at our blog here at the Teams 365 blog, I really do have an affinity for questions. I'm a coach. I work with teams, individuals and executives, leaders at all levels, really. And really in the coaching conversation, we want to make sure that we ask provocative questions. So some of you may be familiar with the Teams 365 Team Sparker deck. This is a deck I launched about a year ago, back in the fall of 2014. And this actually incorporates 52 of the team building tips that I've been doing for the last couple of years here at the Teams 365 blog. So I know team leaders are not necessarily coaches, but many want some provocative questions to ask their teams. So here's what we have at the back. The skills of influence and relationship building are critical in today's business world. How is the team doing with these? What attention do you need? So every week, the intention is with the Teams 365 Team Sparker deck is for you to come in, have some dialogue with your team, whether it's a virtual team or whether you're sitting down together, because at the end of the day, we want to have more robust conversation. So if you're interested in learning more about this, click on over to www.conversationsparker.com. These are the Teams 365 Team Sparker deck. As you can see, nice, small size. They cost about $25, $29. And they are really great as an end-of-year holiday gift for your team leaders. So in addition to questions, another tool that we can use is, of course, photographs. And I am the creator of a photo deck called conversationsparker.com. In my work with teams and groups around the world, I found that photographs really connect with people in a different way. So here is one of our cards. And it is simply the baby sea turtles going into the water. This, in fact, comes from a fantastic program on the Atlantic coast of South America, in Guyana, South America, called the Shell Beach Project. And so again, we have photos from all over the world, but the nice thing in sort of looking at how do photos connect with people, how do they spark conversation, you could, like you might with a series of questions, just bring a different photo each week and ask the team to talk about, what does this image prompt or connect with for you? Perhaps for some, it might be an acknowledgement that, it's time to go out to sea. We're finished with this project. It's time to go. For others, it might be, I've got to trust things. One of the things you may or may not know is that sea turtles have an inherent ability to always know where the water is. So as they hatch in their dozens of nests, they automatically know where the sea is and slowly make their way down the beach towards that water, regardless of what time of day or night it is. So I would invite you, again, to think about how you could bring in photographs. There are many different photo decks that are available, whether you go with the Conversation Sparker card, and again, you can find that at www.conversationsparker.com, or whether you create your own deck, again, keeping in mind copyright. But photos are a different way to prompt and provoke conversation. And I've been using photo decks for about the last maybe 8-9 years in my work. Last year, because of the popularity of the cards, and because there are people using a lot of different photo decks out there, there's Visual Explorer from Center for Creative Leadership. There's another great one that is called Points of View, the coaching game. You can find those online as well. And a lot of people get the cards, but aren't really quite confident in how you want to use them. So a year ago, I pulled together something called the 40 Ways to Work with Visual Cards. And these are actually facilitated instructions on how to use or incorporate different activities with your team. This is usually a digital resource, and what comes with it are actually 40 sets of instructions. The one that I've just pulled up is number 28, called Team Storyboard. And if you've been a follower here at the blog, one of the things I like to do is really give leaders some very practical tips and approaches for what you can be doing with your own team. You don't have to be a coach. You don't have to be a trainer. I think as leaders ourselves, hopefully our skills in questioning, listening, provoking conversation are enhanced, or that's probably somewhere that you're going towards. So if you're interested, again, check out conversationsparker.com, our sister site, for all of these resources, and think about how in the new year you can be using photographs to enhance conversation and communication. So we have many more days. We're just at C in the A through Z of team development. I hope that you've enjoyed this audio recording. It's a little different than the regular writing. This month I've been very busy. It's called NaNoWriMo, and this month I've actually been doing a manuscript for a new book that will come out next year. I think for those of you that work in the virtual space, you'll be very interested in picking up a copy later on in 2017. And with that in mind, because I've been doing so much writing, it was really important for me to have a different communication channel to get connected with you today. Looking to 2017, our blog schedule may change. As you might know, Teams 365 blog was geared to give you 365 days of posts. We are now well past 1,050 posts, and it's been really a pleasure to write every day over the last 3 years. Stay tuned January 1st to see if we stay with that exact pace. I'm also doing a shout out for people if you have posts around leadership, teamwork that you would like to submit as guest posts to keep the 365 focus into 2017. I'm really looking to have other collaborators join me as a voice here at the Teams 365 blog. So please feel free to reach out to me, info at potentialsrealized.com, whether you have questions about the Conversation Sparker cards, whether you want a little bit more information on different resources for your team. Certainly check out our blog here at potentialsrealized.com. Looking forward to another couple of audio and visual posts as we go forward into this next month, the final month of the year, and as we move into December in just a little bit. Hope that you are getting things done, having great conversation, and making some exciting plans for the new year. So with that, I'm going to let you run. Have a great day, and thanks for joining me here at the Teams 365 blog. I'm Jennifer Britton, signing out.